Yo, what's up, everyone? You probably noticed the new backdrop. As you remember, I just moved into a new place, and that is a week ago. College has been a total whirlwind. Orientation was a blur, jam sessions were more fun than I expected, and I met some surprisingly cool seniors. Then there's the dangerous cycle of late night food runs because your stomach somehow decides 2 am is the perfect time for a new food drive. The homework, yeah, that's piled up way faster than I expected. It kind of feels like college never looked at me and said, Mercy, never heard of it. Every day feels like stepping into something brand new, half exciting and half exhausting. But there's this one question that's been stuck in my head, like a song you can't get out of your brain. Who actually decides who gets ahead in life and who doesn't? You'd think it's about hustle, luck, or knowing the right people. But more and more, it's something else. Something invisible, can't be argued with or negotiated. Algorithms. Those lines of codes quietly making some of the biggest decisions about our futures. It sounds wild, but here's the reality. Over 80% of large companies now rely on AI based recruitment tools, yet, a vast majority of these systems haven't been adequately tested for fairness or bias. When people hear about algorithms, they think about Instagram's For You page or Spotify playlists. But these systems are gatekeepers deciding if you get that job interview, loan, or scholarship. Supposed to be neutral, these algorithms are far from it. Nearly 70% of AI hiring tools showed bias against underrepresented groups as of 2023. Sometimes they don't just copy human bias, they amplify it. Now, I want you to think about this philosophically. Philosophy asks us the big stuff: what's fair, what's just. Where in 2025, an anonymous code is deciding lives. If an algorithm denies you an opportunity without clear explanation, who is responsible? The code, the company, or the coder? And what is justice here? Is it treating everyone exactly the same? Or is it fixing centuries of stacked unfairness? Plato was obsessed with just societies, and today that question extends to the digital realm. And trust me, most of us around here are not buying the AI is fair storyline. Over 60% of young adults say they doubt automated decisions are truly fair. Now let's talk about money, because this gets even more real. Businesses love these algorithms. They are fast, cost cutting, emotionless. Sounds great, right? But they learn from history, and history is full of inequality. Instead of fixing it, algorithms just replay the same bias faster than ever. For example, a 2024 Urban Institute report found mortgage algorithms charge black and Hispanic borrowers 5 to 10 basis points more in interest than white borrowers with identical financial profiles. And on gig platforms like Uber, men earn about 7% more than women due to algorithms rewarding routes and hours that reflect historical inequalities. Efficiency wins, but fairness often loses. It's not just a local problem. The US, China, and the EU are exporting AI tech worldwide, all worth over $220 billion globally in 2025. With their cultural biases tucked in, governments are using AI for everything from refugee aid to citizen surveillance. That's digital colonialism. Powerful countries shaping opportunity rules for poorer ones. And the fierce AI rivalry between the US and China isn't just tech flexing, it's about who sets the global rules for decades to come. But there's some light here. Gen Z is hustling differently. We are launching online shops, building apps, creating content, and forming social ventures aimed at equity. A 2025 survey showed 54% of Gen Zs want to start their own business. Entrepreneurship is a way to bypass traditional gatekeeping. Still, algorithms decide whose posts go viral, whose ads get clicks, whose startup pitches get funding. Mastering these algorithms is part of the hustle, but it's still mostly their game. Bias in algorithm isn't always intentional. By the way, algorithms learn from data, and if the past data was unfair, so is the AI's output. Even when you erase race or gender labels, the system guesses identity through zip codes, school names, jobs. It's crazy how these proxies work. Studies show zip codes predict race so accurately that fixing bias means redesigning whole systems. The bias is baked in. So, what's the fix? Transparency first. We need explainable AI. Systems showing their reasoning so decisions can be challenged. We need diverse data sets so AI sees the full complex picture, not a narrow slice. Constant bias audits are crucial. Catch discrimination early. And there's algorithmic greenlining. AI designed not just to avoid bias, but to actively close opportunity gaps. Big techs and activists are pushing on this front, but laws haven't caught up yet. That's where you come in. Stay woke and question whenever you're denied a job, a loan, or benefit without explanation. Demand answers. It's legally your right in many places. Share your stories. When we crowdsource evidence, biases become harder to hide. Learn the tech so you can navigate or push back against these knowledgeable systems. Knowledge is power here. There is a mental toll from all of this. Getting judged by unseen tech with no clear reason is exhausting. It breeds distrust in the system, and anxiety spikes when decisions about your life feel out of your hands. Regain control by understanding how these systems work and speaking up when they don't. And remember, this is bigger than just individuals. Marginalized communities organize mutual aid, advocacy, and data collection to challenge these injustices. Solidarity is key to pushing systematic change. Looking ahead, tech ethicists and philosophers are calling for a new digital social contract. Rights to transparency, to constant unfair decisions, and equitable AI design. Because AI crosses borders, global cooperation is essential to avoid cementing inequalities worldwide. At the end of the day, algorithms have become the new gatekeepers. If we are not careful, inequality deepens invisibly. But Gen Z has power, the power of knowledge, community, and the refusal to accept that's just how it is. And if I'm honest, this rant is a bit personal. I'm stuck between wanting a steady, sustainable life and chasing impact. My ambitions keep pushing for the next thing, even as I try to breathe and stay grounded. Maybe this isn't just about AI or hustle culture, it's about all of us trying to find where we fit in the world shaped by invisible forces. If any of this hit home, or you got your own story, drop it in the comments. Let's pull back the curtain on these systems and build a future where technology works for all, not just the powerful. Peace out.